So today's our third and final day here at Shaolin. As sad of a day as it is for me because we're leaving tomorrow, it was an incredible day. We started off this morning visiting a local elementary school, one that wasn't attached to the Shaolin Temple, but it's one of the big schools along the way leading up to the temple.
The school that we went to had 6,000 students, and there are actually many, many schools around here, approximately 40,000 students total in the whole area. And in the top 10 schools, each one has between 800 and 18,000 students, if you can just even imagine that. When we got there, most of them were out in the yard, and they were wearing their red and yellow outfits, and some of them were wearing blue ones, and it was quite the sight. They did some of their practice exercises in their courtyard out in front, and we watched that for a while, and it was just wonderful to see it. And there were actually 3 girls that I saw, and that was kind of fun for me to see that there were some girls also participating, learning the art. The director came and presented us with uniforms, which was very sweet, and that was an unexpected moment. Then we went inside and got to watch a performance, and these kids were so talented. It was an incredible show.
This one young boy who did some Qigong exercises, he brought his Qi up throughout his whole body. And then the other students lifted him up, and they set him on top of spears. And then he just sat there on top of the spears. And I've actually seen it before, but it was really, really impressive to see somebody so young do that exercise, and also somebody at just a school, not the actual Shaolin Temple. At the Epal Wushu School, they actually asked me and Kristi to come up on stage and help out during one of the Qigong performances. What the young boy did was he took a bowl and he basically used his Qi to suction cup it to his body, which I've heard is very, very, very hard to do from even people who train for years. So he got it stuck on there, and then Kristi got to take a chance and pull on it. And I got to take a chance and pull on it. I think I have a pretty good grip. I don't know, maybe I don't. But anyway, I grabbed the bowl and I was pulling pretty hard, and it was stuck on there. It was really cool. I was proud of the kids that I saw today, because it's like, this is, they've been doing it for so long and from such a young age. It's nice to see them perform for an audience that enjoys watching and everything. It was really nice. This afternoon, we were fortunate enough to see another performance, but this time it was at the Shaolin Temple. The Shaolin Temple Warrior Monks delegation have a performance that tons of tourists come and see.
They put on apparently 8 performances a day. I don't know how anybody goes through that physically and mentally. It's quite a feat.
I think the most impacting part about how they do Kung Fu and what makes Shaolin Shaolin and why it's different than any of the other martial arts is when the monks are performing, and when you really are performing Kung Fu, you're exuding a spirit and people can feel it. Like when you look and you move your head, it's like this power just like shoots through your eyes, and the way that they perform and the way they look when they do it, it just embodies that idea.
And the show was incredible. What actually stood out for me the most was the Qi Gong exercise. He took a little pin and was able to pop a balloon through a piece of glass. And it was just amazing. I was in awe just watching that so close up and being able to actually see someone use their power and their focus and their intention to create what they wanted in something so impossible. It seemed so impossible, so that was great.
One really cool aspect of the show that it's not very typical to see is animal boxing. So I got to see monkey boxing, I got to see dog-style boxing. One of the most unique styles of Kung Fu that I saw during the animal boxing was toad style Kung Fu. The monk gets down on all fours and he even puffs his cheeks out, and you can see him imitating the way the frog breathes, even in the arch of his back, and moving up and down, up and down. And it was very rare and unique to see how Kung Fu imitates toad in fighting.
Adam and I have been invited to participate in the show,
Which is pretty intimidating, but it was an awesome experience.
and I was very nervous about that, being the only girl and not having trained in Kung Fu for very long, but it turned out to be really fun. There was a moment where Adam and I was doing what we call punch attacks at our school, and I was doing one on him, and I started to lose my balance and did a forward roll, and it all turned out fine, and it was kind of fun to just let everything go and not worry about it.
I was a little bit nervous at first, but for whatever reason, the music that they used, they decided to pick the theme to Wang Fei Hong, who's a famous Chinese hero. For almost all my years of training, every time we have a performance, we always use this song. And so when I heard that, it was just like, boom, instant boost of energy. And I just like, oh, I felt it. Like I got super calm, but super excited to perform. Oh, I felt like the energy was rising in me, and then boom, before I knew it, it was over. And it was just probably one of the most exciting and exhilarating things that I have done in my life. Growing up, starting Kung Fu at the age of 11, I honestly never pictured myself having the opportunity to perform with the Shaolin monks, let alone come to China. So being here today was incredibly special. It's a very, very special day for me. I will remember it for the rest of my life, and I'm sure that I will tell my kids and my grandkids about it.
When I first arrived in China, I kind of feel like I was a caterpillar. I know it sounds kind of funny, but I felt like I was a caterpillar starving for something new. You know, a caterpillar is eating his leaves and eating and eating and eating and can't stop. And I felt like I was just taking so many different things in, and I was hungry to see new things and experience new things.
The feeling of coming here to a place where I've been training in this art for so long and practicing in the US, and then coming here to where it actually began, and where all these people have been practicing the same things for like hundreds and thousands of years is incredible. And it blows my mind that especially meeting the top two monks and the abbot of the Shaolin Temple. I mean, how many people get to do that on like a normal day? Not that many. And so learning from them and just being around them even has been super, super life-changing for me.
I feel like there's a change coming. I feel changed, but I feel like a caterpillar, like I'm cocooned now, and that something will come of this. But it's been so fast, and I have so much information that came at me that I think that it'll take a while before it really processes into my spirit and into my mind.
I can guarantee you that Shaolin has not seen the last of me, and that I will come back here to China, to Shaolin, to practice Kung Fu.